studio. I'm gonna give you a short tour. Here is buildings that we made all those months ago. This is Anton. He's our main actor. He's our lead. Say hello, Anton. Okay. This is Dino.
Hi guys, I'm Dino.
In the film, the main actor is driving a science fiction car, and we fell in love with the Citroën BX because it's totally retro and futuristic. We took out the passenger seat, and on that place we put all kinds of monitors and all kinds of blinking lights and random stuff made from junk, basically. Today we found like 1,000 ants in the car, so we are suspecting there's an ant hive in the car somewhere. This is our ventilator that we put in front of the light, and then it flickers on the actor's face, which gives the illusion of like driving. He's like moving. And just to show you some other effects that we have, we produce rain like this.
It's actually effective.
The windshield wiper is not working properly. It's busted, so we have to turn it manually.
3, 4. To je to.
This is the set of the toilet. The legendary toilet. The guys are in there. This is Ivica, our police officer who is pissing.
The whole set was made from scratch by a couple of us. We built the walls. My friend drew all over the walls. Stepan is a painter, and he painted these first graffitis, but today we are doing like a second layer, Asian letters and something to make it more like Blade Runner style, of course. The urinal is also custom made. We decided that it would be best to film another scene, and that's the noodle bar scene where our guy buys some food.
The noodle bar set was actually awesome. We did it from scratch with no money. In the background we had all these neon lights. We put a little coffee machine which produced smoke in the foreground. It looked like people were cooking.
So basically, if you make a half-decent set, you can still get away with it because if you light it properly, it looks awesome. The lighting is very important. Hi and welcome back to the set of Slice of Life. Finally we began to shoot the toilet scenes. Let's take a look. Our set is up and running, but it's pretty small, so it can be really hard to maneuver around it sometimes. Okay, this is interesting. I'm collecting spiderwebs. Then I bring the spiderwebs to Anton here, who is doing spiderweb transplantation. We also use dead flies and bees and bugs and whatnot. Every now and then, Anton had a small mishap with the toilet.
The toilet is not fixed to the ground, so it's kind of movable.
Now it's only natural that we have the hottest summer in Croatia in the last 50 years.
It's extremely hot, yes.
Yeah, it's actually Africa hot.
It's been 40 degrees outside, so you can imagine how it's in here. One of the first effects was the gunshot to the ceiling. 3, 4, start! Bravo! This is the consequence of a good shot. I dug a hole in the wall, and now I'm putting the firecracker in it. We have no idea how it will work, but we'll see.
We have a protective glass for the explosion, and it's very dirty, as you can see. Fire in the hole! And action!
We're shooting a fighting scene, and it's very wet, and it's terrible.
Okay, камера идет. И action!
Our water system is pretty fascinating. We have a garden hose connected to the pipe, which goes all across the room, and on the other end we have a sprinkler. How is it?
Wet.
Are you happy about the water scenes?
No, I'm not. I mean, they look great, but they really suck because water is cold. You're always wet, and that's terrible.
Action! Jebeno, odmah drugi, ajmo odmah drugi. Voda, stop, sve po meni, sve po meni.
We're done with the shooting today, so I'm very happy because I can be dry now.
We spent the last 3 years in our garage trying to make our dream into reality, but we only shot 50% of the film, and that made us realize why.
We're too damn slow.
And we needed to reach out for help. Your help.
We just wanted to say a huge thank you for your support. We reached our first goal and now obviously we gotta think about stretch goals, and we did some really hard thinking. So the first goal would be to make even more effects. For example, matte paintings, you know, real matte paintings painted by an artist on the glass. So I mean, nobody did that for 30 years now or something, so I guess we should do it, right? So we've been working really hard on the film. We've been fixing the script, filming lots of tests. So first we'll need the toilet set back, and basically we dismantled it 2 years ago when we finished the filming. So now we built it again, but this time only like an L shape, only a corner that's behind me. We also changed some scenes in the car, so we also needed to make the car set again. Unfortunately, the car was crashed 3 years ago, the old one that we used, so we had to find another one which is exactly the same. Finally we found the same model with the same interior, and since we're gonna paint it red anyway, we first had some fun.
Well, all men in my family suffer from acute baldness.
Anton, our main actor, lost his hair, so now we have major continuity issues. And that's why right now Anton and me are going to meet a professional wig maker. And she showed me how to apply the toupee to Anton's head, how to glue it and stuff, and we are totally surprised how well this works, so this is one thing less to worry about. Yes.
So thanks to Kickstarter, we had the opportunity to rent these babies for shooting, and they helped us a lot.
So our setups are very complex and something is always happening in the shot all the time. We have 2 deadlights in the back. Bobby is sitting in the trunk and he's waving his fingers in front of them so the light would flicker. Our friend Saki is over here, he's pulsating one light, and with his other hand he's flickering this one. And I'm using the normal flashlight and I'm, you know, going over the actor, and with the other hand I'm spraying the water all the time. And of course we have the projector that projects everything on the canvas. And over there we have 2 people on the cameras, Dragica and Rosa, and Dino is, you know, watching the monitors and acting of the Anton, you know, all the positions and stuff. We always try to use as much visual stuff as we can. So for some shots we even projected the message that he gets on the monitor on his face. Even though in reality monitors don't actually project stuff, it's a cool film effect to highlight the important moment in the film. Another cool trick that we wanted to try for a long time now is to project the city upside down above the windshield, and then you get realistic reflections in the glass and you get them in camera, which is of course much cooler than doing it in post. We filmed the car for 3 days, and then it was time for the scene that takes place on the platform. And since it's an exterior scene, the projection of the city behind him was in almost every shot. So it took quite a bit of tweaking until it looked realistic, but when we smoked the room and started sprinkling the water all over, the shots really come alive, and even we couldn't believe that, you know, some shots that we saw in the camera are filmed in a garage and not in the real city. Every day after we remove the wig, we have to soak it in the alcohol so the glue would dissolve. And we're using some kind of a petri dish and it looks like something from the science lab. So we got the idea for a short horror film.
Evil radioactive wig. Toupee.
Killer wig.
Killer wig.
It's the return of the killer wig in theaters now.
Oh, it has wonderful defense mechanism, Mr. President. It simulates human hair.
We're filming a very small back alley scene. It's only like 3 shots in the whole sequence, but for this filming we have everything. Like we have tons of lighting, we have firefighters that brought water, they're making rain, we have smoke, we have tons of stuff, ventilators blowing crap all over, so it's like a proper movie shoot. Akcija! So we had tons and tons of stuff that we needed to film, you know. The hands holding money, hands holding drugs, taking something out of the compartment, texts writing on the monitors that we filmed with motion control system, a hand holding a paper that's burning. A detail of the hand punching an ATM screen. Plexiglass is quite sharp, by the way. And we are of course taking great care for every shot that we're making. We do long setups, you know, a couple of hours setting up the lights.
Tamo je crna rupa, jebo majku. Tamo bi bilo... Ne. Da, pa crni. Užasno je debilno. Baš crni.
After 3 hours of setup, we don't really like the shot, so we're probably gonna go fix it some more.
Mojo is most important. To gain back your mojo.
The magical miniature!
So, we finished the miniature filming. We were filming for about 2 months. Which is crazy, I know. They film feature films in 2 months, but actually it's such a tedious work that we averaged at 1 shot per day. And all in all, we did about 40 VFX shots for Slice. As always, it was again filmed in the middle of the summer, so I apologize for some brief nudity.
Okay.
We would always do a couple of beauty passes, a couple of fog passes, searchlights, and then for the miniature lights, we had to turn on all the lights on the buildings, film it, and then carefully turn them all off. And there's a lot of tiny buttons on the buildings that you have to press each time, and if you move only one building too much, that's it, you gotta start over.
And in the end we connected all those passes and we sort of composed them into one shot.
Today we are filming the shipyard scene. You can see we have the foreground arranged. We made it very muddy and dirty with lots of this junk and stuff, so we have the truck with some lights and we just pull it with a string. So yesterday we were filming 1 shot for the whole day. In the evening we connect all the passes together and we noticed that the passes are not aligning. It could be a number of different reasons. Maybe the slider moved.
Never drink alcohol when you're filming miniatures because there's a pretty big chance you're gonna move a miniature and that's very bad.
Yeah, it happened to me once or twice.
Can you show us how you operate?
Yes, it is very sophisticated.
How you operate your tool?
I try not to fall from the ladder and then I pull it up, and then I slowly lower it down. Boom. Apart from landings, we also did a couple of takeoffs.
Kamera ide?
And we were doing it until in the end the fishing string snapped.
Matte paintings.
Stepan was painting them for like, I don't know, 2 months. Yeah, how is it to paint a matte painting?
It's the first time for me to paint matte painting, and I don't know, as I see, the most important thing is to have a perspective.
And then we filmed one and it looked like crap. It was painted beautifully, but on the camera it looked too much like a painting. And we realized that when we film miniatures, we always have volumetric light from the back. And here, since it's a 2D painting, we can't do that. We can't shine light from the back. So first we trace the outline of the building, trace it on the paper, and then cut the paper out. We use the same technique on every painting, tracing the outline, cutting the paper, gluing it on transparent glass at the same position where the building was, and shooting some light from the back. And it was just what the matte paintings needed to come alive.
So Foley sound for a film is the process of re-recording all the sounds that the character makes on screen, all the little nuances and details of sound that we will want to hear.
We brought a lot of props from our studio that we use for sounds. So we have, you know, these familiar items like guns, drugs, cigarettes.
Let's make it rain. Dragon Rage and Anton are coming to do their ADR, which in this movie, which doesn't have dialogue, consists mostly of breathing and grunts.
Dragon Rage, on the other hand, had much more fun with his ADR because he has a scene where he eats some ribs. And it's raining all the time in our film, so we had to find different sounds of rain.
We've been through every kind of rain there is.
And then after all this work comes the music, and you stop hearing half of the sounds you put in. Yo, so we got a visit from Tim! Tim Žibrat is our composer on Slice, and he's coming from a charming neighbor country of Croatia called Slovenia.
Tim is among the top 10 Slovenian composers.
How many active composers are there in Slovenia?
Probably 10.
As you can see, Dino and me are here behind him on the couch directing Peter Jackson style.
I think it's gonna be really cool what we're doing here.
I wish I was this enthusiastic.
That sounds good.
Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't want to do the obvious dark soundtrack that most of the sci-fi films have today. So we were always looking for different styles or instruments that you wouldn't necessarily put into a sci-fi film.
Basically, we're making a sci-fi spaghetti western movie.
Spaghetti sci-fi.
Ennio Morricone style. Today we listened to Eraser. Then Luka told, oh, percussions are really cool. And then I was like, oh, maybe we should listen to Heat.
Don't risk your life. Don't try and be a hero.
Now everybody's crazy about drums in this room.
Listen, no. This is crazy.
So we have a commercial for hamburger for the brand called Happy Pig, and he's composing the Happy Pig.
Making a jingle.
This is so Blade Runner. Yeah.
He's driving us crazy. He's really enjoying the Happy Pig commercial. He is fascinated by it. He just wants to put more instruments in it. I think this just might be his masterpiece.
Better, bigger, tastier, finger licking good. Start your day with a healthy and fresh meal.
So thanks a lot for your support.
In helping us finish our slice of life, or how the French say,
Tranché de vivre.
Кусочек жизни.
Portion de vida.
Чего die Bindern?
Ein
Ein Stück des Lebens.